Tax Administration Jamaica, TAJ, operates as the country's premier revenue collecting agency. But have you ever tried to do business at the tax office? How was your experience? Well, you can now say goodbye to waiting in long lines and hello to fast and efficient services. So whether it is applying for a TRN, TCC, or paying taxes, the TAJ is allowing you to complete your transactions online. There are now more choices available for businesses, independent contractors, partnerships, provident societies, other organizations, and the general public about obtaining information, filing forms, and paying taxes. Hi, I am Shakiel Rochester Shorter, and welcome to Finance Matters. Today, I will be speaking with Mr. Leighton Beckles, Communications Officer at TAJ, about the services that you can now access online. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow the Ministry of Finance on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn to see all the episodes and highlights. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Shakiel. It's nice to be here with you.
TAJ is now digital. Tell us what this means for people doing business at the tax office.
Well, simply it means that persons can interact with us in the virtual space, the digital space. So persons are able to interact with our services from the convenience of pretty much anywhere. Whether it's home, whether it's on the move, they can take hold of many of our services while they are away from the tax office. So you don't have to come to the tax office to do some of the things that persons used to have to some time ago.
So what kind of business can I do online now?
Well, there are a number of things. I mean, the major one that pops up and comes to mind is property tax. Persons are now able to interact with the property tax services. They are able to pay their property tax, and they can actually query their liabilities online. Now, online, which is the space where persons can get that information, is jamaicatax.gov.jm.
Okay.
And persons can interact there and utilize the services of making payments for property taxes, querying. Added to that, we've added some more features that are value added, which allows persons to self-serve.
Tell us about those features.
And some of these features are persons are able to renew their driver's license online, which is pretty big. So you don't have to come into a tax office to make the payment, to renew your driver's license. And once you start that process, you go into the tax office with the documents. All the information is there on the website, and all the information on what you need to bring in. And once you do that, start the process, you bring those bits of documentation into the tax office. It actually fast tracks that driver's license process. More efficiency, and it just works better for the tax-paying public. Added to that, persons are able to pay their traffic ticket fines. So if you happen to be in the unfortunate situation where you've been fined and you need to pay a traffic ticket, you don't necessarily have to go into a tax office.
I don't have a ticket right now, but I know people that this information will be useful too.
And it's important because you have to also remember that you can pay that traffic ticket fine within the 21 clear days that is stipulated by law. So it has to happen. If you've missed that period, then you have to visit the tax office.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, not visit the tax office. You'd have to go to court, so it becomes a summons. So persons are able to do those bits online.
Are customers really taking advantage of the services online? What's your take?
Oh yes, persons have been taking advantage of it, especially the business community. Now for TAJ, our main taxes, what persons will hear, income tax, GCT, special consumption tax, telephone call tax. These business-related taxes, as we like to call them in Tax Administration Jamaica, are taxes that can be filed online. So you don't have to come into our tax office. So the business community,
they're taking advantage of this.
Taking advantage of this. The general public, though, they have been taking advantage of some of the other services. Because, Shakiel, did you know that persons are able to start the process of applying for their taxpayer registration number online? And we've been seeing persons just taking that up. Added to that, persons who are applying for a tax compliance certificate, You can apply for it online, you can renew it online. So if you kind of get the idea of the trend of where the tax authority is going, we want to ensure that we provide persons with value-added services so that they can do it themselves. They don't necessarily have to come into our spaces. And I mean, we all want to see a tax compliant Jamaica. And a part of this is doing business with a tax authority that's grounded in what is happening in the environment now. And we help to keep the wheels of commerce going by providing these services online.
So what services continue to be done directly in the tax office at this time?
Well, pretty much taxpayers have the option of doing pretty much all the services online, except the filing of taxes. There's a mandate that persons must file online. But pretty much everything else, persons have the option to come into the tax office. So take, for example, the motor vehicle registration. Persons still have to come into the tax office to do that. You can pay a property tax in office. You can apply for your TRN within a tax office. So pretty much, you know, everything. But the thing for us, Shakiel, is that you have options. And that's where TAJ comes from. We had to take an introspective look, and you know, introspection for anybody, especially a public sector organization, is not easy. We had to ask the hard questions, and we had to give the answers. And one of the things is that we understand the environment in which we are now operating, and we decided that we had to push the game forward. So you have the option of doing it inline, but we like to say, why, you know, expose yourself to the crowds? And because crowds are a thing, persons are coming into the tax office. Well, expose yourself to that. If you have a mobile device,
Leighton, you said crowd, and that brings me back to a memory when I went to Constant Spring to renew my driver's license, and the line was at the back in the parking lot, and that was just crazy in my mind. So I'm glad that we're moving forward where more things are now digital and people can do things online, so we won't be seeing those long lines. So on that note now, Leighton, are you able to tell me about future partnerships that, you know, TAJ will be embarking?
Well, Tax Administration Jamaica, one of the things that's important to us, our business, is that we engage our stakeholders. Our stakeholders are absolutely essential to what we do because they inform how we roll out different aspects of our operations. And one of the partnerships that comes to mind is, you know, our partnerships with the Insurance Association of Jamaica, where we are looking at bringing the registration of motor vehicles online. So what that means in layman language is that soon, you know, persons will be able to register their motor vehicle.
That's good news for me.
It's going to be very good news. So we're still, you know, working through some bits, and we're ensuring that we're getting it right so that once we roll it out in the very full sense, once it's rolled out, then persons are able to benefit from that. We partner with, you know, both public and private sector entities. So from the public sector entity point of view, then we look at working with the Ministry of Local Government, because now, as I said, persons would have been able to pay their property tax online. We're also looking at we are working with the Jamaica Constabulary Force to look at police record fee payments being able to be done online. And some of the deeper partnerships in public sector is that with eGov Jamaica, they have been able to help us to, you know, push the envelope, because I'm not sure if you know, we have a mobile application.
Yes,
and that mobile application, it is available, you know, at this point, you know, to Android users, but I'm an Apple person
myself. So when is it coming over?
We are working on that. We have not forgotten about that. So that is definitely coming. But Android users have the option now to get onto, is it Google Play Store? Android users, right? Google Play Store, yes. Get onto the Google Play Store, download the app, and they're able to make their traffic ticket fine payments there, pay property tax there, query your property tax. So we are making some incremental steps. One of the big things though with our digitization is our revenue administration information system. It's a mouthful, or people just call it RAISE. Now what that allows the taxpayer to do is to pretty much use the services of TAJ in a very fulsome way. So they can file their returns online, they can actually look at the return, send messages to us. So it makes the process of doing business with us so much easier, and it really is the spine of our online services.
So Leighton, before we go, just remind us where we can go to do business with TAJ online?
So persons can visit our website, jamaicatax.gov.jm. That's where persons will get information on how they go about making payments, how they go about interacting with any of our online services. But if persons do need support, there's a whole range of support out there. They can call through to our customer care center. That's 888-829-4357. We also have a number that is for the Jamaican diaspora, especially in the North American side, where they can just visit the website to get that number, to get support, to call into our customer care center.
Nice.
We have a pretty big footprint on social media, so we're on all the socials. So persons can get information, or if you want, Shakiel, you walk into any tax office, speak with a taxpayer education officer, and we will tell you about the many ways TAJ is working together to serve persons even better and changing the way we're doing business.
I am sure they are very much equipped with helping me, Mr. Beckles. So thank you for coming on our program today. And thank you for joining us on this episode of Finance Matters. Remember to follow us on social media at MoF Jamaica and tune in next week as we continue to demystify the economic and fiscal policies and initiatives implemented by the government to empower Jamaicans as we chart a path to Jamaica's economic prosperity.
Outfit for the Host was sponsored by Fashion 911 Limited, located at 16 Windsor Avenue, Kingston 5. Visit fashion911.com and follow them on social media at fashion911_JA.